So just a short one today. I've had a lot of response. I've had a lot of messages. I've just seen certain behaviour which I found odd, and it sort of intensified when I put some videos out about, you know, sufis, you're going to the mosque or attending gatherings. And so just to clarify, I have no issue with any group, Sufi, Salafi, your even Deobandi, Barelvi, polemics, I have no interest in it. I don't follow any group. I don't adhere to any of them. And anyway, it's not the time to delve into all that. But what I do sort of have issue with is Murids and your peer bhais and all that, yeah. And what I'm trying to get at is I'm saying is that we all do all this dhikr, we do all this Allahu and Ya Latif, and what I'm trying to get at is that for a lot of us it just does not penetrate the heart. It just has no effect on us. Somebody put, but dhikr is good for you, but yeah, it gives you a bit of uplifting. But how does it change? Like salah, namaz, as you would say. So from fajr to dhuhr, you might be stepping out of line or whatever, and then come dhuhr time, you're doing your wudu and you're reading salah, and you're going back to refining yourself, basically. I mean, it's obligatory, you have to do it, but you have to have khushu in it, and you have to sort of rectify what you've done wrong between your last salah. What I do have problem with is muridun, or some people say, in English we normally say murideen, we use the accusative or genitive, but anyway, not a language lesson. But what I've seen over the years is one thing that really sort of bothered me was, and I've spoke to a few brothers about this, and they've said to me as well that, if you've got your mum and dad at home, or you've got your mum or you've got your dad, I mean, you're lucky to have both, seriously, it's a blessing. But, they're your sheikhs, they're your peers, awliya, whatever you want to say. Khidmah, of the sheikh, of brotherhood, it's that khidmah starts at home, serving the brotherhood, and yet they forgot about their parents, and so time went on, and they didn't really, they showed more emphasis to the tariqah than they did to their own parents. I mean, me personally, do you know what? Alhamdulillah, I was able to leave my job, something that I just love doing, and you know what? It paid me a lot of money. But you know what? I made the decision first decision was I needed to come back and look after my parents. My mum was starting to get quite ill, 2010. And my dad obviously retired and everything, and so I thought, yeah, you know what, it's time now. I've made a bit of money, let's invest it. You know, I'm not going to make the money that I'm making now, but you know what, I'll live a comfortable life. And you know what, alhamdulillah, I have. You know, Allah's blessed me with 4 beautiful kids. And so I gave my mum a good 13, 14 years of service. You know, I'd be there, I'd take her to hospital, she'd be in the hospital, you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't need to spell it out, but you know, I deep down I think, you know what, Allah really looked after me. He guided me right where I wanted to go, you know, and I didn't have a sheikh then, or, you know, nobody guided me, but it was God just taking me where I needed to go. And I'm doing the same thing for my dad, you know. Alhamdulillah, Allah's given me an opportunity to serve my dad now, and I have been. And sacrifices, I've had to make sacrifices for it. So that is the point that I'm trying to make to these brothers who run off. Like a dear friend of mine, Sheikh Haroon, yeah. We were in micro once, and I think I just dropped in. It was another class. I just passing by. I thought, oh Sheikh, can I just sit in your class? So I went in, and I mean, I'm a former student of micro, and we never did this, but this particular class, everybody got up. Sheikh Haroon come in, and I can tell, because me and Sheikh Haroon would joke a lot, and I could tell he was smirking a bit, but I just knew there was a comment coming. Anyway, it was a brilliant comment, you know, or, you know, what he observed. And he said, when they sat down, he said to them, he goes, look, when was the last time, or if you've ever got up off your seat when your dad's walked into the room, or your mum? And silence. And I thought, wow, you know what, yeah, you know. And that's, so don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing your tariqas and your sheikhs. I've got far too much respect, you know, for myself, and I don't have much knowledge. I'm not very knowledgeable, you know, so don't take it the wrong way, but, you know, take it the right way. I'm somebody who's experienced all this, you know. Let Allah guide you. Let the Prophet ﷺ be your guide. All I'm saying is, model your behavior on him, you know. Anyway, I think that's enough from me, so see you on the next one.